Science unit test, force and motion. Read every question carefully before selecting your answer. Check your work over before submitting this. Type your name, and then select your teacher's name, Jones, Richer, or Britt. First question. When a force acts on an object, what will happen? You may select more than one answer choice. A change in speed may occur. A change in direction may occur. An object in motion may come to a stop. An object in motion may slow down. Second question. What is an example of when force causes a change in motion? Third question. A student uses a bat to hit a softball with a certain force. Then she hits a heavier ball with the same force. How does the heavier ball move compared to the lighter softball? Faster and further? Faster but not as far? More slowly and farther? More slowly and not as far? Next. A student uses a rubber band to launch the 4 objects shown in the table. Object, mass. Paperclip, 0.5 of a gram. Piece of paper, 1 gram. Eraser, 2 grams. Rubber ball, 10 grams. If the student pulls the rubber band back the same amount each time, which object will most likely move the fastest when launched? Paperclip, piece of paper, eraser, rubber ball. Next question. Which graph represents an object that is decreasing in speed? Select A, B, C, or D. All graphs show distance and time. Next question. A type of force where one object rubs against another object is known as mass, speed, friction, gravity. Next, friction is a force that pulls objects down to the ground, acts when 2 surfaces touch each other, pulls 2 surfaces apart, makes an object move faster. Next question. How do you determine the speed of an object? Divide distance by the amount of time. Divide time by the distance traveled. Multiply distance by the amount of time. Multiply time by the distance traveled. Next question. If a car travels 140 kilometers in 2 hours, what is the speed of the car? 280 kilometers per hour, 70 kilometers per hour, 140 kilometers per hour, 70 kilometers. Next question. A football field is about 100 meters long. If it takes a football player 20 seconds to run the field, how fast were they running? Next. Let me start that question over. A car traveled 400 miles in 2 hours. What was the speed of the car? Next question. Explain how the movement of an object is impacted by its mass. Next. Explain how the movement of an object I'm going to start that question over. Explain how the movement of an object is impacted by the amount of force being applied. Next question. Which best describes the speed of a ball as it is shown straight up? Miss Britt's reading skills are not up to par today. Let me start that question over. This is the first question with an M in front of it. It reads, which best describes the speed of a ball as it is thrown straight up into the air and comes back down? The ball goes up at a constant speed, stops, then comes down at a constant speed. The ball goes up at a constant speed, stops, and increases speed as it comes down. The ball goes slower and slower as it goes up, stops, then goes faster and faster as it comes down. The ball goes slower and slower as it goes up, stops, then comes down at a constant speed. Next question. A child rides a wagon down a hill. Eventually, the wagon comes to a stop. Which is most responsible for causing the wagon to stop? Gravity acting on the wagon, friction acting on the wagon, the mass of the wagon, the mass of the child. Next, explain how friction affects the motion of an object. Hello. Next question, explain how gravity affects the motion of an object. Next question, 4 solid balls, each with a different mass, are moving at the same speed. Which ball would require the most force to stop its motion? Ball with a mass of 5 kilograms, ball with a mass of 10 kilograms, ball with a mass of 15 kilograms, ball with a mass of 20 kilograms. Next, a girl walked for 30 minutes. She noticed that she traveled farther in the first 15 minutes of her walk than the second 15 minutes. Which can she conclude about her walk? She walked over many hills. Her average speed was faster during the first half of her walk. She walked in 2 different directions. She was walking at a constant speed. Next question. A student has a desk full of books and school supplies. The student wanted to move the desk to a different location of the room. Predict the movement of the desk based on its mass and the amount of force being applied. And last question. Josh was playing baseball with his teammates. It was his turn to bat. Josh hit the ball using a lot of force. Predict the direction the ball will travel. Be sure to check over your work before submitting this.